Good Monday morning, Brighton Bruins, and welcome to this edition of Just So That You Know. Quick video just to alert you to a couple of things and fill you in on some information, hopefully a good way to get things to you very, very quickly. Three things I'd like to talk to you about this morning. I want to take a look at my notes. Reopening, budget, events, and athletics. First of all, on reopening, we would like nothing more than to be back in school 5 days a week, if that can be done safely. So remember, the rates are really low. What can we attribute that to? Masking, distance, everything that's happening. We have a responsibility to keep kids safe, to keep staff safe. That has worked really well. But is there an opportunity, as rates are low right now, for us to think about different ways to do that if the guidance changes? So what we're looking for is the State Department of Health to clarify their guidance based on what the CDC has put out. That is the rule for us. That's the law of the land. Those are the things that we have to act on, is the State Department of Health and then the county's interpretation of that. So we work really closely to say to those people in those agencies, we want more information. We want to understand what we could do safely. Can distance be reduced? Does that make sense? How would we operate? What are the logistics around that? What does transportation look like? What does food service look like? How do we get all the kids in the cafeteria space if they have to have their mask off, obviously, to eat, but still be 6 feet away? A lot of logistical issues. We'd like to be able to do it. We are constantly behind the scenes internally in the district thinking about what would it mean if the guidance changed tomorrow. What would we need to know? What would we need to know from the community? We would come back out and ask you, I promise you that, and give you options and say, here's what we're learning. What would your preferences be? Certainly right now, we have not given up on this year, but also thinking about going into next year and the fact that we want 5 days for our kids and we want nothing more than to be back in school, but to be back in school safely. So nothing imminent. Don't want to cause any confusion or concern that something's going to be happening right away, but that is on our mind, and I wanted you to know that we keep paying attention to that. Second, budget. Wednesday, we have a community budget forum. Thanks for participating in the Thought Exchange. The link is still live during the day today. Lots of great feedback. Priorities. We're thinking very much about moving rapidly towards a decision about full day K. We'll be in touch about that. We realize people want to be under the cap. They want less taxes. We get that. We also understand that people don't want things cut. We're trying to find a way to marry those three things, right? Under the cap, don't cut things, continue to invest in our kids, and make sure that you're thinking about full day K, because that is a priority for us, and it has been. So we're working on that. Come to the budget forum Wednesday. Tell us how you feel. Help us understand more about the feedback. Dig in with us. This is really an opportunity to give us feedback, and we really want that. So thank you for that. And finally, events, athletics. It's gone really, really well. You've done a great job. Our kids and families have been excellent about masking and staying safe. Thank you for your patience as we balance the priorities that other districts and other schools have and make sure that our kids stay safe. You've done such a great job with it. Keep it up. Football is starting now. Volleyball is coming up. We have more sports coming in the spring and more events. We're trying to think really outside the box. How do we do things outside? How do we get tents? How do we make sure we have all these opportunities for kids and families to celebrate the way they always have and have as many of those experiences as possible? That's a priority for us right now. Have a great week. Take a look at the District E-News. There's lots in there. Dan Goldman does such a great job of putting together a really comprehensive list of what's happening and answering your questions. And as always, reach out if you ever have a question, need an answer, get in touch. I'm happy to do that. Kevin_McGowan at pcsd.org. See you next week. Thanks.